Whoa, I didn't even see you there. Well, the song makes me so angry. Angry enough to tell you about imperialism. In fact, I always thought imperialism was... You see, I found this not to be totally true. Imperialism is just not war and fighting. It's like this, for example. So let's talk about the British. You see, the British one day were sailing just to see what was out there. They didn't know about this continent called India. So, some smart guy said, let's go search. So that's what they did. They started searching. Searching for different land, different cultures, and other goodies. Needless did they know that India was full of resources and civilians that don't seem to want to work today. But anyways, the British come to shore and they say, we have a gun and you have a pitchfork. Get to work. But, as you can see, they said that later on, since they're just killing off the civilians. So basically, India turned out to be one of the biggest nations of producing cotton, and the British imperialized their asses. Well, you know what I mean. Now resources, as I mean cotton and gold and that, weren't the only thing that were being imperialized. In fact, Africa was being imperialized. Now, what I mean by that is the slaves were being used, being tortured, being thrown into pits, being imperialized by the British and the English and the Frenchish and the Spaniards and some other people too that wanted slaves. So they were lazy like myself and said,
hey, you know what? I really don't feel like doing all the work anymore. Yeah, man, I feel you. Maybe we should get, like, some slaves or something.
So basically what happened was, you see that the English, the British, the Portuguese, Spaniards, and a couple of other countries decided to use Africa, this landmass here that looks nothing like Africa, as a way of getting slaves. So they'd have slaves along the coastline, they'd sell them, they'd buy them for textiles and other materials that they needed. And they used the slaves as a way to do their lazy work. Kind of like my mom, you know, she does a lot of work around the house and I do absolutely nothing. Not saying that I'm using her as a slave, I'm just using her as an example here. Before I leave you all, I just want to tell you that imperialism is still happening today. How do I know this? Well, I went to Walmart yesterday with my $1.10 to buy me a candy bar at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I noticed that Mexicans were mopping the floor and stuff, so it dawned on me. Walmart's using Mexicans as a way of getting cheap profits. So they're imperializing Mexican people, which is very, very mean, man. It just makes me so mad. In fact, turn that song back on.